Hi, my name is Annick, and I've been asked to come on front of the camera today to explain one point about my child's development, and that is what were the early signs that drew our attention, that were hints of what was going to happen to him later in the future. How could we transform certain things happening in childhood as factors of success later? Well, there were two things that Yaniv was very good at when he was young, with being with Asperger, is that he had a great attention to detail, and also thought very differently and very creatively differently to others. And so today, to explain how this, starting from that starting point, today Yaniv is an international artist, painter, with many awards. I have with me his art teacher, who coincidentally discovered him at the age of 16 in high school. She's here today because she still works with Yaniv twice a week. And also Yaniv will talk on camera and explain his point.
Okay, Yaniv, so what was it about doing art with me at school in my art class that you liked?
Sort of the fact, racing ahead of that, just like I raced ahead of middle school, racing ahead of the class, and they didn't catch up to me when I was on holiday.
And that made you feel good?
Yeah, brilliant.
But also, was it because by the end of the year you realised that your artwork was different to everybody else's?
Yeah.
And that's a good thing
That's
in
right.
art, isn't it?
It is.
My class was the first class you were allowed to come to without a teacher aid.
Although PE class also
Yeah,
not.
and how did that make you feel?
Oh, great, because you heard what I said before. I wanted to get rid of my teacher aids.
And it made you feel good knowing you were doing it on your own.
That's right, look like the other students.
Okay.
My name is Annick Janson, and I used to do this art in the class also because it's pretty nice and it's great to be self-employed.
Why is it great?
It's like nobody says you must be in the area by a certain time or you're in trouble.
You make your own rules.
Exactly.
But then you also have to do all the work by yourself and be very disciplined about it.
True. Easy.
Hi, my name is Gilly Ingham, and I discovered Yaniv back in high school, and I'm still working with him today. We've reconnected, and I think what interested me about Yaniv was he was obviously different, and in fact I then used Yaniv as an example of someone who was highly motivated and really enthusiastic about their work when a lot of other students in the same class weren't.
So what did you tell the other children?
I would only do it if Yaniv wasn't there, and I'd say, look, come on you guys, you need to get organised and get painting more, you need to do more work. Look, Yaniv's done it, he's right up to date, he's ahead of the rest of you, come on, the rest of you need to make more of an effort.
And do you think it made an impact on you?
I do, and so in fact, now that I realise it, Yaniv was a role model even back then.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I remember Julian said when I was at the class that I'm racing ahead.
Did it make you feel good that you were...
Amazing.
I've realised recently that Yaniv has been a role model ever since he was at school. In fact, they've just recognised him in Parliament with an Access Award where they talk about him being a role model now. But in fact, Yaniv has been a role model all the way along and set this amazing example, not just to students or people with disabilities, but just people in general.
And we started with a kid that basically was quite disruptive in class because when he was bored, he...
But I think because we connected so well and he could see that he could do the work and race ahead, that it just built on itself and he just got more and more interested and involved, and it just snowballed really from there.
Well, I think that's a message that we can send out into cybersphere to parents who have a child with a disability and who think, what is the future bringing? Lots.
It's making that connection with something they can feel good about and can do themselves. And then you've got positives to build on. And that's what Yaniv did. And so it was really easy for me to build on it once he showed that enthusiasm and commitment and motivation. It was like we've found the thing that makes him tick in a way, and so it just went from there.
How has your work with him been along these years?
Enlightening. I think I have learnt more from Yaniv than he will ever learn from me. And I think his own unique perspective, which comes through in his art, it's also about how he lives his life and how he sees things and how he talks about things. And I just find it very liberating. In fact, a lot of the things that Yaniv lives his life by, I've even started to adopt some of those things, because I realise actually, yeah, you get hooked into thinking that you should do things and see things in a certain way. And Yaniv has taught me, actually, you don't have to, that you can have your own individual, unique way, and that's brilliant. And don't be afraid of being yourself. Don't be afraid of being different.